Second-placed Parma faced a long trip south to rock-bottom Bari. But we start our roundup with Fiorentina's visit to high-flying Atalanta.
Fourth met third in Bergamo last weekend. Both teams were on a roll, but Atalanta's hopes of taking the lead were sent tumbling by linesman's flag, and Topoglieri's effort was ruled out for offside. At the other end, the home side then gifted Fiorentina the opening goal of the game. Batistuta set up Baiano, who scored his fifth Serie A goal of the season. Emiliano Mondonico was hoping to knock some sense into his players at the interval. They responded with an early flourish. Topoglieri's header missed the target, though. Fiorentina appear to have mastered the art of containment and counter-attack in recent weeks. Batistuta, released by Rui Costa, made it 2-0 on the hour mark. Atalanta were prepared to get back into the game by any means possible. Pisani attempted to win his side a penalty, but the young forward failed to influence a referee. Pisani was booked for diving. The referee was then struck by an object thrown from the stands. It wasn't just Mondonico who was left nursing a headache. There was still plenty of time remaining when the home side pulled a goal back through Morfeo, who claimed his fourth goal in Serie A this season. All the same, there was still plenty of time for Fiorentina to score again too. Batistuta's second goal secured a 3-1 victory for the away side. Nevio Scala decided to keep faith with Zola and Asprilla up front, which meant, once again, there was no place for Hristo Stoichkov. Bari were eager to put on an impressive show following their 7-1 defeat in Cremona a week earlier. They did just that. Ingerson almost scored his first goal for the club. Moments later, Asprilla came so close to scoring his third of the season. Bari, who were bottom of the start of play, had an ideal opportunity to take the lead on the stroke of half-time from the penalty spot. Perhaps Cannavaro was harshly penalised for his challenge on Proti, who took the spot kick himself. Bari were ahead at the break. Parma had never lost to Bari in Serie A. They couldn't afford a defeat in this particular clash and lose ground on Milan at the top in the process. It was time for Stoichkov to make his entrance midway through the second half. The Bulgarian almost marked it with a goal. Meanwhile, Faustino Asprilla, not for the first time, allowed his emotions to get the better of him and was sent off for dissent, shown to both the linesman and the referee. Despite being reduced to 10 men, Parma found a last-minute equaliser through Melli. Stoichkov played his part too. Parma have now drawn 4 of their last 5 league games. Inside the opening 5 minutes, Rizzitelli managed to break Milan's offside trap in a move which led to the opening goal of the match. It's not often you see Milan defend so poorly, to the point where they went on to give away a penalty. There seemed to be enough red and black shirts in the 18-yard box to deal with Torino. Karic was surrounded by a handful of Milan players. The number 4, Albertini, was judged to have fouled the Croatian. There are another 3 players blocking the striker's path to goal. Despite Rossi's valiant attempt to save the spot kick, Rizzitelli claimed his 5th goal of the season. Torino's travelling fans were hoping for their team's first win here against Milan in 10 years. It proved to be a hard task. A Baggio-Boban combination almost led to an equaliser. The same two linked up again, and with just 10 minutes gone, Milan were level. Boban struck his 4th goal of the season, his first in Serie A. Torino posed little threat up front for the league leaders in the second half, but built up a brick wall in defence, which Milan found impossible to break down. Even when Baggio cleared the wall via a free kick, there was still no way through. Caniato in Torino's goal was inspired. He was brave too. He saved from Simone while risking injury for his side's cause. With 5 minutes left, Torino had Bacci sent off for his second cautionable offence. He received a yellow card here for handball. It was followed by a red. Which is perhaps what Milan's coach Fabio Capello was seeing at the end of this game, as his side drew at home for the 2nd successive week. This always a big occasion when these two southern rivals meet. It was a shame the coverage failed to match the quality of Roma's goal here. Scored by Jonas Tern. It was the Swedes' first goal for Roma. How ironic it should come against his former club. Napoli haven't won at the San Paolo Stadium for 3 months. Scoring goals has been a real problem for Boscov's side. Coming into this game, Napoli had managed just 3 in 8 games. They almost found themselves 2-0 down when Lana and Balbo might have scored. Napoli did go 2 down with 20 minutes left of the match. Del Vecchio struck his first goal for Roma since moving from Inter last month. He then managed to get himself sent off. He was cautioned twice, the second time for handball. The referee needed little convincing from the Napoli players. Del Vecchio's attempt to cheat backfired on the young striker. His pleas for leniency fell on deaf ears. Following their 7-1 demolition of Bari, Cremonese were brought back down to earth by fellow strugglers Piacenza. Turini struck an upright before the away side cleared the danger, courtesy of some desperate defending. Turini was involved again in Piacenza's opening goal. This time he set up Catcher, who scored for the 9th time this season and for the 4th time in the last 3 games. Piacenza doubled their lead just seconds before half-time. Piovani this time found space in Cremonese's penalty area, and it was his turn to hit the deck in celebration. Cremonese coach Luigi Simoni reshuffled his pack after the interval and delivered his ace, Tentoni, who almost came up trumps. When he did, it was too late to stop Cremonese from going down to their 9th defeat of the season. It was Tentoni's 2nd goal in consecutive games, but Piacenza held on for only their 2nd win in 2 months. Cremonese's miserable day was compounded by the sending off of their skipper, Verdelli, who will now miss the next crucial game in their fight for survival. Udinese had scored just 12 Serie A goals before this game, Oliver Bierhoff claiming 8 of them. Here's goal number 9 for the German striker. Udinese hit the front after only 3 minutes. Nicola Amoruso is Padova's top scorer with 6 goals. Battistini did well to deny the young striker another. Padova did draw level on the stroke of half-time. Goran Vlahovic claimed his 3rd goal in 2 games since returning to the team after illness. It was almost a year to the day since Udinese last lost a league game at home. After the break, they went forward, seeking to extend that impressive run. And they managed to restore their lead on 72 minutes. The club's under-21 international, Amatrano, scored his first ever Serie A goal. You could tell. Udinese sealed a fine victory with 5 minutes left. Paolo Poggi scored for the first time in 3 months to make it 3-1. They say all good things come to an end, and this game marked the end of an impressive record. Once Vicenza hit the post, perhaps it signalled luck had finally run out for coach Guidolin's side. After 27 months, Vicenza were beaten at home for the first time. It must have been hard on the promoted side, who pressed Cagliari back and dominated the first half, but with little reward for their efforts. Still, it has to be said, Cagliari are one of Serie A's informed teams at present. Dario Silva perhaps should have scored. That honour was reserved for Luis Oliveira. The Belgian international struck his 6th Serie A goal of the season with an hour gone. I suspect Boniuti in Padova's goal won't wish to see this incident again in a hurry. It ended 1-0 to Cagliari, who've now won 4 of their last 5 league games. Juve's French midfielder Didier Deschamps has only ever scored once for the Turin club. He came mighty close to scoring his 2nd goal against Inter. However, Gianluca Vialli has found the target on numerous occasions. Indeed, his strike, half an hour in, brought his career total to 120 Serie A goals, which makes him the most prolific striker currently playing in Italy's top flight. Before half-time, Pagliuca stopped Inter from going 2-0 down. You say from Jugovic. This match, known as the Derby of Italy, was shown live on TV all over Italy. The viewers watch the champions get back to something like their best, following their defeat away to Sampdoria. On the other hand, Inter played below par and really threatened Peruzzi in Juventus's goal. The best they could hope for was a penalty here, which wasn't given. A free kick was given here for Pistone's foul on Vialli. As the Italian directors zoomed in on Fresi, Jugovic attempted to score from almost the halfway line, but Pagliuca kept his wits about him to keep the score down. Juventus have dropped just 2 points at home this season. Inter, in the meantime, have yet to register an away win. It ended 1-0. Milan's lead at the top has now been cut to just 1 point as Fiorentina move above Parma into second place. Champions Juventus are back to within 5 points of the Serie A summit, with Lazio and Atalanta equal in 5th and 6th respectively. For the first time this season, Napoli find themselves in the bottom half. They're level with Udinese. Inter have slipped precariously close back to the relegation zone, while Hodgson's side are just 4 points away from the bottom 4 places. Igor Proti is no longer alone at the top of the scorers charts. He's joined on 10 goals by last season's leading marksman Gabriel Batistuta. Bierhoff, Catcher and Vialli all up their totals in week 14. And we leave you with Serie A's joint top goal scorer Gabriel Batistuta. 6 goals now in his last 4 league games. And remember, he finished with 26 last term. Christmas has come early for the Argentine.